All right, people. Today I will tell you guys how I got started in music. I go by the name of SQoot, SQoot. I just did a distribution deal with Sony the Orchard. Um, of course, I'm still independent. However, I have major distribution. And right now, I will tell you how to get started in the music industry to become a success. First thing is first. Before I did anything, I talked to a entertainment lawyer. That's the first thing you want to do because they will tell you, which he told me, which mine is in Chicago. He told me to start up a LLC C Corp. It protects your assets and actually it's a legitimate business because when you're an artist, when you get paid for your royalties, you got to pay taxes. So the best way to do it is actually by starting you an LLC. All right. From there, any music you got recorded, make sure you own the stem files to the song. You own the actual copyrights or the rights to them with the contract with the producer, the songwriters. Make sure you do the splits and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that anything you got recorded already, you have stem files, meaning you own all of the recording, including the beats, and you have distribution, and you just distributed the royalties evenly on the split sheet with the producer, songwriters, singers, and ever. All right. So the main thing is after that, you want to copyright your music, give everybody the credits, make sure you give everybody, you receive everybody's publishing company or BMI, ASCAP, wherever they with, Sound Exchange information so they'll get properly compensated for what they did. The next thing is after you do that is you want to go to uscopyright.gov to copyright all the portions that you actually recorded, which is easy. You go on uscopyright.gov. I'll leave the link at the bottom so you guys can actually do it. After that, you want to make sure that you have all the files, of course, and you get your song mixed and mastered. All right? Biggest thing, mixed and mastered. Good quality. Make sure you have a good engineer because that's what you really need, a producer and engineer. A lot of times all you really need is an engineer because you get beats from anybody. All right. Now, if you guys haven't known already, but you want to open up a BMI, ASCAP, or Sound Exchange account, and these are the communities, the music communities that actually collect royalties and stuff like that. So you want to start up a BMI, ASCAP. ASCAP charges I think a $50 to $100 fee or something like that. BMI is free. Sound Exchange is free. However, you can actually upload all your music and stuff like that once you get to your distribution site. Okay. Now, speaking of distribution site, the best sites as an independent artist for me, I use TuneCore. So before I actually got my Sony the Orchard deal, I used TuneCore. But there's also CD Baby, and there's others too. I use TuneCore because they collect publishing outside of royalties. Publishing is where you make your money. Okay. Publishing is where you really want to make your money. That's where you want to focus on. Because when you actually own your publishing, that means when someone wants to borrow a sound of it or a piece of your music, guess what? They have to pay you first. If they want to do a remix, anything like that, they got to go through your publishing. They got to go through your estate, which is your LLC. And now with the way laws are now with the music industry is that if any parts of your music is actually sampled in somebody else's song, they have to pay you for that, and they will automatically register the sound from the song and actually pay you for it. So you can put your song on YouTube. I mean, I have influencers playing my song on YouTube, and it got me an extra maybe I think 100-some thousand streams, and I made money off that. So there's other ways you can make money other than just being the top hip hop artist or being on Spotify, which you want to make sure your stuff is on Spotify because you got to go to a distribution site, which is CD Baby, TuneCore, or any other. All right. Now, the biggest thing about that is you want to make sure that when you're in your distribution company, whatever one you use, you want to make sure that you actually have all your accounts linked with your distribution. So you want to make sure if you're a BMI person and you with BMI, you have your BMI account linked with everything you do, with all your songs and stuff like that. Same thing with ASCAP. I have a publishing through ASCAP and I have a BMI. I also have Sound Exchange, so I got all three of them. So those are three things you really want to have: BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, and you want to have a distribution. Okay. Now, once you do that, you want to register your music that's on your distribution and linked up with your BMI, ASCAP, or Sound Exchange. Why? Because they make sure you get your royalties. Now, the other thing that a lot of artists don't know is that to register the music on digital media. for BDS spins. So just say if you got your song on the radio, or you got your song on the online radio, and they are BDS qualified, meaning they Nielsen SoundScan, anything that's BDS qualified is actually monetized. So it's not just on YouTube, it's not just on Facebook. Anything you get played on the radio, online radio, regular radio, you get paid for. So my thing is, make sure you guys start a freaking, a digital media for BDS spin, so you get paid for your radio plays too. That's one of the biggest things. And then once you got all that situated, you go ahead and upload and go live with your album release or your single release on whatever platform you use for your digital distribution. Now, this is the hard part. All right, this is the part that everybody want to know what you got to do. One thing is you got to have a budget. You got to have a budget. Single budget is not as much as an album budget. Album budget is a lot. You pay way more for album budget than you would a single budget. However, you could release an album and and let it do what it do. However, people are there's a big misconception of how you go about doing that. A lot of times what I did, I had a PR company, I had 10 grand. And this is outside me recording, and this is just marketing, promoting marketing. I had 10 grand. So, you have 10 to 15 grand. That's, it's enough money for you to do what you got to do. So anyway, I had a PR company. They got me on all these blogs. I'm on Hip Hop Weekly. I'm on The Source. I'm on like maybe 40 different blog sites, okay? So my first single, all right, it's called Sexy, and I'll leave a link below. So you want to have a PR company, and you want to have a good budget, a decent budget for that first song. Not just that, but you want to also try to get your songs on Spotify playlists, Apple Music playlists, anything where your thing will be streaming live and you'll get paid for, because guess what? You're getting paid for streams. Understand, there's, in Spotify, 1,000 streams is $4. Apple Music, 1,000 streams is like $15. So understand that it's money in this business, and you gotta understand how it works. The next thing you wanna do is, once you get on the playlist, you wanna also send your music to DJ company so they can help spin your record. And a lot of DJ company, they're international, they're national. So I will leave a link below for a good DJ company that you can use. It's called The Nerve DJs. They're pretty well. That's who I use, and I got really good results. So my thing is, make sure that after you guys done all the steps, you start your LLC, you copyright your music, make sure you have own all your stem files of music, open up a BMI ASCAP account, distribution, you register your music in distribution link, make sure you get your royalties and ASCAP. Then after that, you register your digital media for BDS spins. And then you go live with your music. And after that, you want to make sure that that was in the background. After that, you want to make sure that the PR company, you have a budget with your PR company. You're on a streaming playlist, and then you also have a DJ company pushing your music for you. All right? It's your boy SQoot. That's all I got for you guys today. I will leave information and links at the bottom of it. So again, y'all take care. If y'all want to be successful in this music industry as an independent artist, y'all can. There's money everywhere. Regardless of COVID-19, whatever's going on, you still get paid your royalties. Holla at your boy SQoot. Ha!